Yesterday I didn't film any once we moved, but got moved into this piece here. It's a triangular piece, and there's another piece in the back, kind of triangular too. We decided to chop this stuff. We needed a little extra. We figured roughly 30-ish loads, so we started chopping this stuff, and gonna hopefully finish up today, which we should, no problem. But I got about 5 to 6 loads in here, we're figuring, and then I'm gonna start chopping in the bag, see what we got. But right now I got the shields all off. We're gonna run the knives, we're gonna sharpen them. So you just turn this on, and then you just full throttle, and then you hit this one, and then it'll still start spinning backwards, and then it'll start sharpening the knives. So it takes, I don't know, about probably 5-ish minutes to do this, so nothing horrible, and it helps a lot keeping them sharp. So we do this every morning, just run them a little bit, get them nice and sharp. Sharper they are, the better job they do, the longer they last. So but like I said, we just have this little dab to do, and then some in the back. We're gonna do I guess it'd be about half a bag more today. We're kind of running out of room because of how it worked out last year. It just wasn't the best of placements for silage bags, so we're a little off, but it is what it is. We'll make do. But we already got the bag set up and ready to go. They're dumping one more wagon in there that we had from yesterday, so I got one wagon, the one Gale, and the big Miller Pro here. So I'm gonna get these sharpened, run the cutter bar up, get that all adjusted and get it right, and we'll be good to go. So we'll just wait for these knives to get sharpened, and then we'll start chopping. So we got done with the front piece. I chopped off a little bit of this end row, so this is on an angle this way, and then it goes back off over this way and goes straight along the back. But it's not too fun of a piece. It's not too bad cutting beans in here because it don't really matter, but corn's more of a pain just because you got, when you double plan or whatever, it throws off your rows and all that fun stuff. But we're gonna try opening this up and chop along the outside because there's trees all the way along it, so there's not much corn there anyways. So we're gonna chop that, but gonna try lining this up best I can. The outside rows are still good, so we'll see what we can do here. here, switch wagons, and keep going here. Well, it's about 6 o'clock, and we're done with chopping corn for the first go around. Then we got that later stuff to do once it gets a frost and dies. But got all the bags closed up, got the bagger cleaned out, all the wagons emptied. But now we're me and my dad's going up to the neighbors. I gotta get the sweep in the one grain bin, so my dad's gonna help me do that, and we'll get this semi filled up for tomorrow morning, and hopefully get that grain bin cleaned out and moved over to the next one. But we're in the semi now, so we'll head up there and get that sweep in that auger, or sweep in the grain bin, and get that cleaned out. Well, I haven't filmed anything the last few days. I've been hauling out all the corn. We finally got all that stuff done, got all the bins cleaned out, so we're ready to go for this year's crop. But if you guys remember that dryer, where is it, right there? We bought that, was the end of June, and it's a LP dryer. Well, we went to go get parts for it to transfer it from natural or propane to natural gas, and now all of a sudden they say the parts won't be here till next year. So that ain't gonna work for us. So we bought a different dryer, right or wrong. Bought this one. It's 2 columns longer, so it's definitely bigger than what we need. But this one, as you can see, it's got 2 fans on it. That way you can dry and cool, so you'll be able to dry it while it's cooling, so the top half is drying, and then as it goes down, or yeah, top half's drying, bottom half is cooling, so that way you can dry and cool, where the other one was just you either dried it on full heat or you dried it and cooled it, so it wasn't continuous flow, I guess is how you want to put it. So this one's always going to be having corn moving through it. But stainless steel sides, this one's natural gas, so all we got to do is hook it up. It's 3-phase. So it's got the, so you got your bottom half here, and then I would show you the top one, but it's way up there. So that way you can do both at the same time. Had a slight fire here once, it looks like, but didn't look like it hurt too much of anything. So but we just got home this morning. It was close. It was only about 18, I think it was 18 minutes away. It was down in Rensselaer, so nice easy drive. Got 2 control panels here. Got that, well, I guess your control panel, and then this is your all your breakers and everything in here. So guy that had it, well, I guess it's got 9,000 hours on it, a little more than what we'd like to have, but as big of a dryer as it is, we're not gonna put, I don't know if we put a few hours, more than a couple days on it a whole year. So definitely won't, the high hours don't really matter too much to us, I guess. But it is an older dryer still, but we know the guy that had it, and he took pretty good care of it. And yeah, he was pretty nice, and gave us a bunch of spare parts, gave us owner's manual and stuff like that for it. So we're pretty happy with it. We think it'll work good. It doesn't really need much of anything. So what we're gonna do, I was gonna pull it down here, but as you can see, it bottomed out there. This drops down pretty good, so I'm just gonna unhitch it here, get the truck out, and grab the skid loader with the hitch on it, because what we're gonna do is pour some concrete for the dryer, because our old one here, as you can see, the concrete pad ain't gonna be even close to big enough, because this is 6 column, that's 13, so over double. But what we're gonna do is so this auger here, we're gonna come out this way with it and put the back of the dryer right in here, because it fills at the top there, and then we're gonna have everything facing forward. And so what we're gonna do is have it nose it down in here, and I gotta figure out where we need to put the pad, because I think we measured it to be 34 foot, something like that. So we're gonna put a 40-foot pad, that way we got some room. But yeah, so I gotta do some figuring here. Today's Saturday, but we got a concrete guy, he's gonna come out hopefully today or tomorrow and get this prepped, and he wants to pour it Monday. That way we can get this done, get it going, because our electrician, he's supposed to be here Monday too, to put up the 3-phase, or get the 3-phase started. But yeah, we just got a lot of work to do still before harvest. I was hauling in that corn, and the beans over that away, well, corn and beans are both dying because it's sandier soil. And they had beans getting hauled in at 9%, which ain't good, because they crack a lot easier. And being that dry, you shell them out too easy and all that. And then the corn, they said was I think 16 or 17%. So it's definitely getting dry. But our beans, we got some beans, they're about ready, probably next week here. But as you can see, that's a field of beans. They're changing pretty rapidly. So it's been dry and hot. It's been 90s the last few days, and no rain for, I don't even remember the last rain we had, but it's dry. So corn and beans are gonna be changing real fast now. So we gotta get this going, because we gotta get the 3-phase in here, get this thing set, get the natural gas all plumbed in, and the air system to unload the dryer. We gotta get we got the system, but we need the tubing. But we gotta run that tube, run it up into this bin. So we got a lot to do here fast, and run out of time. But also our straw guy, he called me the other day, and he said he's gonna be setting up doing the grass seed this week here, this coming week. So we're gonna have to start hauling some straw, which is good, because we like to get it out of the shed. But just one more thing we gotta do. But it's all good things. So but yeah, so that's a big thing. We bought it's a 2140 farm fan, so pretty big. I think it's the biggest one in this series, but definitely more than what we need. But like I said, it's set up natural gas, 3-phase, got the 2 fans on it. It's what we wanted, but it wasn't for sale when we bought the other one. And I showed my dad this one when it first came up for sale, and we kind of was debating on getting it, because it was set up with the 2 fans, everything we needed, natural gas. But we opted not to. And then when called to get the parts for the other one, and they said it won't be till next year, we kind of decided to get this one. It costs the same as, well, we actually got this one cheaper than the other one. But so yeah, I just got the other one listed for sale, and haven't had anybody interested, mainly because I think it's too late in the season for someone to be buying one to get it set up. But we're gonna try getting it set up. But that's it of me rambling on. I'll get this unhooked, grab the skid loader, get this pulled in here, and we'll see where we need to put the concrete pad at. So I got a rough idea on where I want to put this. What we're gonna do is go straight out from this here, come straight along here, and then hit the top of that. And so that's where the back of this will go, is right in here. And so I put the flag here, and then I don't want to go any farther over this way with that the pad, so we can still get a lawnmower in between here to mow, because we're gonna raise up the concrete a little bit so we don't have water running down on them like these here because it's so low. But so the front of this will go roughly in this area where I got this flag at. That'll be the front of the pad, probably, is what we might go like a foot this way, that way we got some room. But so a foot in front of that, and then we got to put the blower on the back, or underneath it, I should say. So the dryer's 30, I can't remember if it's 30 foot from the back of this to the front or 32 foot. And then we got this, and then I want to go, we're gonna put this blower, or the system, I guess. This is what goes underneath the dryer. Corn goes in there, and then it comes out the bottom of this tube. That creates your air. There's a pipe on the bottom that hooks up into this one to blow the corn. So this is gonna sit underneath the back of that, and then we're gonna put this blower on the old concrete pad where the dryer's at. So all it is a bunch of tubing, and what I'm gonna do, I think, is put the system underneath it, and so I need like 5-ish foot out the back here, so we got some room. And then make the tubing go underneath the dryer to go up to the bin. I think we're gonna go in between that fan and the ladder and go straight up it. So we'll kind of come out a little bit on an angle and shoot right for that, and then go up. And then we'll put the air system right here, and then just put a tube right across to the blower. So I think I got halfway figured out, but I really don't know much of what I'm doing with this. But looked at a couple other guys' air system and got it somewhat figured out. So I think that's what we're gonna wind up doing, but still gotta figure everything out. But for the concrete, I'm gonna tell them to go about even with this, probably 2 inches above this concrete, because there's a lot of gravel in here, because we used to back the semi down in here all the way. But now, since we got a different auger, I stay up on that. So this is all plenty high in here. So I'm gonna take this down some and then go off of this concrete, I think about 2 inches, so this dryer's not sticking way up in the air. Because the concrete guy wanted to do 6 inches above the ground on that ground, which it's already probably a good 6 inches above. So I don't want to be sticking up too high just for the angle of the auger, because the higher we go with the dryer, you're gonna put that auger at a bigger angle, and I don't want it to hit anywhere along there or hit this. So trying to figure out everything and get everything halfway right before we do anything, so don't have any mess ups or anything like that. But yeah, so I think that's what I'm going with. But I got somewhat marked out, and give or take where we need to be at. So that's I think about it. But yeah, so brought everything down here, that way I can kind of match things up. But yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at with it. So I'm gonna just get this thing out of the way, that way when the concrete guy shows up, we can take some measurements and discuss some things and go from there. But I think he's coming out tomorrow, he said. So I'm just gonna put this up here, and it'll be out of the way, that way we can still get measurements and stuff. But yeah, the legs for it are 2 foot legs, so we gotta take that in consideration and everything else. So yeah, it's a bunch of fun numbers and everything like that. So but yeah, so we'll just get this thing moved out of the way, and that way we can work around down here. So today's September 25th, and I haven't filmed anything in about, I think, 4 days. But we got some rain. got around an inch of rain, so enough to really settle the dust, but not enough to really help anything now because it's kind of getting late to help the crops. But like to see some moisture going into harvest to get just everything, all the leaves knocked down and all that on the beans and stuff. But I'm gonna be planting some wheat, so I like to have some moisture there for the wheat also. But they got a few more chances of rain, but nothing major, so we'll just see what we get. But so we just kind of been doing odds and ends around the farm here. But last I filmed prepping to get that concrete for the dryer, and we got it poured, I think that was 2 days ago now, and it's 10 inches thick on this end, and I think it's 4 or 5 inches on that end. It's got rebar in it and everything too, so definitely won't have any issues with it. But it's not in the best of spots because, as you can tell, I don't know if it picks up, but right about in there, we're about a foot deep with the pad, just by the way this land lays, sloped pretty good, and around right in there's high, but then right down there's low, so not the best of spots to put it, but it's where we got to put it for our setup here. We're moving that, well, trying to sell it. Can't really get rid of it right now for some reason, but we're gonna put our blower system on there and then bring the tubes over here and then blow it underneath the bins to get it, or underneath the dryer to get it up to the bin there. But we dropped this down, definitely not ideal, but we dropped this down so then we can get the blower or the airlock underneath the dryer. So this pad here is about I think it's 4.5 inches. Yeah, I think it's 4.5 inches higher than that, and then that's like about 1.5 inches lower. So we're gonna try cutting a swale through there because it's lower over there, but definitely not ideal, but it's what we had to do. But once this gets hard or set up, cure time's done, we're gonna take the skid loader and just kind of shave this stuff back and get it halfway leveled out. My dad told me, of course, after we poured this concrete, that he's planning on getting rid of these 2 small bins and building one bigger bin, because these are, I think they're around 3,200 to 3,500 bushel bins. They're just old government bins, so they're small, but they've done what they needed to do, and we just mainly put the corn for the cows in, and then we'll fill them up with wheat. But yeah, so he said get rid of these 2 and build one bigger one. So I really probably should have had them move it over this way farther and slope it, but we didn't want to get too close to these bins and undercut the concrete. But it is what it is. It's not ideal, but we'll make it work. But yeah, so that's the concrete here, and I got to do a bunch of landscaping around here, and eventually would like to replace this holding bin because I think this is 30, I want to say it's 3,500 bushel. I like to get a 6,000 to 8,000 bushel anyways, would be nice to be able to feed this dryer, because this dryer of course is a lot bigger. It's over twice the size of our old one. So but yeah, so that's the pad. As you can see, this is definitely way too low, but we'll kind of grade this back and cut a swale through there, hopefully get it to drain. But it not ideal, but we had to do what we had to do there. But we're waiting until that sets, and then we'll pull this onto it and get everything set up there, get it on the stands, and figure out where or what kind of tubing and all that we need to reach the bin. And then our service came for the 3-phase power. They're gonna try setting some of that here hopefully soon, because we needed that for that dryer. But yeah, so definitely not the right time to be doing all what we're doing, but it's just how everything's working out this year. But yeah, so we got the 9770 ready to go. Just got to put a couple more shields on it. But yeah, so need to get that out, get it on the corn head. We had some issues with it last year. The sensors in it wasn't working right, so we're gonna get those fixed here hopefully today, and but later on in the day, but hopefully get that done tonight too. But everything's basically done. Just gotta finish putting a couple more things on and put in these shields or covers, whatever they're called, up there, and this should, I believe it should be done then. So yeah, just getting everything ready to start harvest. Beans are getting awfully close. Hopefully this rain knocks the rest of the leaves off of the first stuff we planted. That way we can get on that stuff. But yeah, it's just seems like everything just happens all at once anymore, and we just don't have time like we used to ease into everything. But it is what it is. I also want to get this thing out to get all the corn and beans that fell on the ground. That way keep some of the mice out of here. But yeah, and I want to just hose it off some, and get the windows cleaned up so can see this year through them and keep them clean. But yeah, I think that catches you guys up on everything. So we'll get this thing finished up here, get it pulled outside. I got the corn head sitting right there, so we'll get this thing finished up and get the head hooked up to it. Got the corn head hooked up here. Gonna pull it up here by the house on the concrete pad. That way it's nice and level, so we can run these to get them adjusted right, because it was tipping, I believe, to the right here, and that side was digging down, and this end was up, because this has a contour master. so it go to the ground, and it just wasn't set up right last year. The sensors were a little messed up in them, so we're getting some sensors. They should be here. Guy's gonna bring them here later on, so hopefully get these changed over. But I'm just gonna park it up here, that way it's on nice flat level ground, and then I'm gonna sweep up the shop where this combine was sitting.